Odors and fumes can be powerful triggers for COPD symptoms. Some people are actually allergic to certain odors and fumes, and that is going to compound the response of your lungs. So, knowing which ones actually affect you is very, very, very important when it comes to managing triggers. So, some of the odors and fumes that come to mind are cigarette smoke, of course, is a huge one, perfumes, hairspray, incense, candles, paint fumes, car exhaust, mothballs, anything that has a strong odor can potentially cause a trigger. So it's very important that you figure out what triggers you because everybody is different. Okay. So once you're exposed to whatever it is that triggers your lungs are going to become irritated. So you may notice that you are coughing all of a sudden. Once the irritation gets in there, it's going to cause an increase in mucus production. It's going to cause a narrowing of your airways, making you more short of breath. So the inflammation actually it can heighten the sensitivity to things as well. So it kind of is just something that will just have the compounding effect there, especially if you it's something that you're exposed to a lot. So a lot of times this is where you work. Um, no matter what you do, you're always going to be exposed to certain things. But if you have COPD and you have underlying inflammation, it will affect you differently than it will other people. So it's just important to pay attention and know what it is that triggers you so you can try to stay away from it if possible. Now, long term exposure to some fumes can actually lead to further lung damage. So that's another reason just to stay conscientious about where you are, what you're around, if you do start to notice an increase in shortness of breath and a cough that comes on sort of suddenly. So, some of the ways you can minimize exposure would be to improve ventilation. So, that's pretty simple. You can open up windows, you can turn on a fan, anything that's just going to keep things circulating so stuff just isn't sitting in the air. Also, you can do an air purifier. So, I highly recommend this. Say, if you work at a desk job and you feel like something there is bothering you, use an air purifier in your area. Use one when you sleep. That's going to benefit everybody, whether you have breathing problems or not. It's always a good idea. And when it comes to cleaners, try to opt for more natural things. And that could be the same thing. I mean, some people will react to if you go to like a beauty shop and you're around the chemicals that they use to color your hair and stuff like that, you want to try to keep things as natural as possible, and that's going to give you the least amount of reaction because it's the chemicals in there that you're reacting to. Also, we have just monitor the air quality. So, this can be done just by Googling air quality in your area. Something will pop up and you can find out what's going on at that particular day. It will also tell you when certain things are going to be worse throughout the day. So, you can kind of try to plan any of your activities around the air quality of the day. And of course, avoid exposure anytime you can. You just want to avoid it. If you cannot avoid it, you have to be around it. Wear a mask. That's going to significantly help you in this instance because um, you won't be inhaling as much of it, if any, and it's not going to irritate your lungs as much. So, those are just some ways you can minimize the exposure. You won't ever be able to get rid of all of the exposure, unfortunately, but anything that you can do to just sort of steps to minimize the exposure is really going to help your lung health overall.